Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Hare Krishna everyone. In the last video, I told you that we were going to wrap up Shloka number 9 of chapter 3. But then I realized that there was yet another important point that I wanted to discuss before we move on to Shloka number 10. And that point is, if you remember, we said Krishna is telling Arjuna, "O Arjuna, perform your karma for the satisfaction of Vishnu. And if Vishnu is satisfied with your karma, then there is no karma bandhana for you. You will be liberated, mukta sangha samachara." But now, anybody who is trying to think about these things deeply may ask a valid question, which is, why is Krishna telling Arjuna to perform his actions for the satisfaction of Vishnu? Why not satisfaction of Krishna himself? So for this, let us understand, Vishnu happens to be a plenary expansion of Krishna, of the entire creation of the Supreme Lord. I have told you this before. 3/4 is spiritual world and 1/4 is material world. And who are the kind of people who come to this material world, this prison house of material world? People who have turned their back on Krishna, the Supreme Lord. They wanted to enjoy independently of Krishna, be the controllers, be the proprietors. So Krishna said, well, spiritual world is not the place for that. Why don't you go and give it a try in the material world? So now when we come to this material world, who is in charge of material world? Just like the superintendent of the jail who is in charge of the jail, but he is also under the jurisdiction of the government of India, under President, Prime Minister. The Supreme Lord is Krishna, but he has somebody who is the superintendent, who is the director, who is the in charge of this entire material creation. That is Lord Vishnu. And Vishnu also, the scriptures say there are 3 types of Vishnus. So Krishna's plenary expansion, Mahavishnu, also called Karanodakshai Vishnu. He is lying in the causal ocean, also called the Karanodaka ocean. And from his pores, while he is lying down, innumerable universes, Brahmandas, are coming out. This is Karanodakshai Vishnu or Mahavishnu. The next level, now Karanodakshai Vishnu expands himself and he enters each of these Brahmandas and lies down on an ocean called Garbhodaka ocean. And this ocean is made simply by the sweat of this Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. And Garbhodakashai Vishnu, there's one more, the next level. In each of the Brahmandas, there is Garbhodakashai Vishnu. And in each of the Brahmandas, there are innumerable number of beings, living beings. Inside each of this being, this Vishnu enters as Kshirodakashai Vishnu. He is none other than the Paramatma. And this is the Kshirodakshai Vishnu that in many of the teleserials and all that cartoons, they show that he is sleeping on the milk ocean. Kshira means milk. So this is the Vishnu, that he is there in every living being as Paramatma, and he is the one who is sleeping on the bed of milk ocean. So there are these 3 Vishnus. So Krishna here in chapter 3, until now, he has not revealed to Arjuna what is his supreme position. Of course, in one sense, Arjuna is a pure devotee, he is a Parshada of Krishna, he knows all these things. But now, because of the effect of Yoga Maya, he does not remember the supreme position of Krishna. But the same Lord Krishna, if you see in chapter 5, last shloka, 5.29, he is going to say, Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. That means all the Yajna, I am the Bhoktara, I am the enjoyer. And later, when Krishna reveals his supreme position as the be-all and end-all, the one and only Supreme Lord, then in 18th chapter, when Krishna tells Arjuna to surrender, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha, there he does not tell you go surrender to Vishnu. He will say, Mam ekam sharanam vraja. You just surrender to me and only me. So it is just a matter of understanding. It's a progressive text, like I have told you, this Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna right now is not overwhelming Arjuna by too many things. He's simply saying, well, you just do your work for the satisfaction of Vishnu. But in one sense, Vishnu is none other than Krishna, because I told you Vishnu is the plenary expansion of Krishna, and it also makes sense because Vishnu is the maintainer of this material world. So it's okay to work for the satisfaction of Vishnu. But if you stick through the entire Grow Through Gita video series and study the entire Bhagavad Gita, you will realize ultimately it is Krishna's satisfaction that we need to work towards and just surrender unto him. But there's no contradiction here actually. It's just like a CEO coming and telling the employee who is working on the production floor. He can't come and say, oh, you do your job for my satisfaction. He will say, do your job in such a way that your immediate boss is satisfied. If he is satisfied, then his boss is satisfied, his boss is satisfied, his boss is satisfied, then ultimately the CEO is also satisfied. So likewise, it makes complete sense. Krishna is telling Arjuna, do it in such a way that in this material world, Vishnu is satisfied, and if Vishnu is satisfied, ultimately Krishna is also satisfied. So I think it's a little too technical, but don't get too overwhelmed. If you have to, please come back and watch the videos again and again. I'm sure it will become clear. And if you still have any further questions, you can always leave your comments in the comment section and ask us the questions. I'll try and answer them. So take care. In the next video, let us dive deeper into shloka number 10. Until then, take care. Hare Krishna.